Helium has been in a slow and steady downtrend since the blow-off top that sent it hurtling to $60 just a few weeks ago. Since then, HNT has retreated to as low as $38. This, of course, may be of no surprise to many, as the Helium blockchain was halted for over 24 hours at the end of November, and the development team has encountered numerous issues with the Helium API. We are left trying to understand the charts and where HNT may be headed moving forward. In today's video, we will look at the 4-hour and daily time charts to try and find levels that may serve as turning points for HNT in the coming weeks. Stay tuned. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video here on the Crypto Compound channel. Very exciting video for you guys today. Thank you all for being here. I hope you're having a great day. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe on the way in. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the HNT price charts, as the price has been steadily declining over the course of the last few weeks since the blow-off top we've experienced. We are going to take a look at this 6-hour chart here, or perhaps I should say this 4-hour chart here. We'll take a look at this daily time chart, which shows a few other very interesting things. We'll take a look at the Helium underperformance we have been experiencing, as well as a few other interesting and notable news releases from Helium. Now guys, if we take a look at this price chart, we can see that it is no surprise that we have experienced a significant blockchain halt, as well as multiple issues with the Helium API, causing much stress and frustration in the Helium community, and a lot of people turning against Helium, losing faith in the vision that Helium has, and not understanding that it is an incredibly fast growing network that is going to face challenges. I personally do not write off anything that has been happening as anything that's detrimental to the future of Helium. I think that is a little bit of an over-exaggeration. There are so many instances in the real world of huge companies that have tremendous issues and problems, so I don't think it is something that we should really look at as a future defining moment or instance or circumstance for Helium. Now, of course, with all that bad news, there is still a lot of really good news. There is a continuous good news cycle for Helium, if you guys have not noticed. Day after day, week after week, there are numerous partnerships that are made, people that sign up and want to be part of the Helium network that is growing so fast. As you can see, Demo Network is one of the latest ones. There are so many examples of this. I'm just using this as showing you that the development and the people supporting and getting behind Helium is not stopping. And of course, a lot of these partnerships, they aren't using the network yet, and I'm sure it doesn't cost them anything to say, yes, we'll sign up once this is up and running. However, these types of things are very important in understanding the future that people see in Helium and the service or the void in service that it is going to provide and fill. So it's important to make that note. And of course, as you can see here, this is just the latest one. That's why I'm using it as an example. But it was 3 hours ago. This is constantly going on week after week, month after month for Helium. So this small occurrence that we have seen is not going to stop Helium from becoming one of the largest decentralized networks on the planet. And as you can see from the network overview, we can see the repercussions from the blockout in a few of these charts, as you can see. However, as far as total hotspots go, it's really going to be a blip on the chart in a few weeks. That's really the reality of it. It is not. Hopefully, the development team will, of course, will tweak the blockchain to make it as perfect as possible. The code, the underlying code, all of those sorts of things. But at the end of the day, this isn't a future defining moment for Helium, in my opinion. So if we take a look at the Helium underperformance here, we can see that we have been underperforming, down 17% over the last 7 days. If you remember, when we were in the $50 to high $40 range, we were over here in the rank 40 by market cap. We have retreated significantly. That is a really bad underperformance for Helium. Of course, when Helium is doing good, we are very happy. When it is doing bad, we aren't so happy, but we have to acknowledge it and realize that that's just the way that crypto world works. There are ebbs and flows, and it's a huge momentum game. So we just have to notice this. And I wouldn't be surprised if we break past the 50 rank range in the coming weeks, as we'll get to now when we talk about this price chart. So here's the 4-hour price chart. As you can see, we're in this descending triangle ever since this blow off top, really coming into a critical point here. As you can see, we've touched this support line multiple times. This is really where it was formed. This is a huge V. Buyers came in very strong, pushed HNT up significantly higher for almost a full day. And then we started to develop this little range here that is starting to develop, which I think might end up being a new range going forward. But you can see we cratered back towards this level, had a small bump, and we've been slowly coming back down to this range, bouncing off of it. The interesting thing is, if we go to the daily chart, we can see that this level is really coinciding extremely well with the $50 EMA on the daily time chart. You can see that this candle here dipped right off of it, bounced off of it, and now we are coming back to test it again, it looks like. And of course, as you can see, I did highlight all of these higher lows that we were experiencing. Obviously, that trend has ended. We are now developing a new structure here on the charts, and I think, as I've mentioned in previous videos and is more prevalent on this daily chart, I think we are going to start forming a new accumulation zone here in the $45 to $55 range, or I should say in this price level, which is near the $40 to $47 range. I think that is what we're going to be doing. As you can see, we broke up into this structure, accumulated, and finally tried to break out, failed, broke out, and I think we will develop another accumulation phase like that moving forward. I also did highlight that from the peak, there's a blow off top here on this candle here. So I took the price range from the top of that peak to the bottom of this accumulation structure, and there was a 66% drawdown. If we take a look now from the top of this blow off top that we have just experienced to where we are now, it is about 40%. So guys, I do think there is a lot of room to still to the downside in front of us. Of course, that's not a horrible thing, that's just normal, but I do think so. And part of the reason I think that is because if we look back in history at this previous breakout structure that we've often referenced, you will see that we did break out of this structure. We blew past the 1618 retrace line. However, you can see that we did come back and test it. This is the 1618 line. We came out of this structure. Of course, this is happening faster because Helium was a smaller crypto back then. However, we do see a strong pullback back to this 1618 and then the final bounce until we sprung higher and then entered the accumulation zone here, which is sort of represented by the space in between these two support and resistance lines. However, if you come back here now, you can see that we blew out of this breakout structure. However, we have not come back to test this 1618 line, which is at about $33. My guess would be that if we break below this support line here, I believe the next level we will be testing is this 1618 retrace line, and then perhaps we could see a bounce to try and retake all-time highs after that. However, with the backdrop of severely bad news with all the Helium API stuff, the blockchain halting, of course, that is going to be more difficult. We would need more positive momentum, more positive news cycles to see that sort of stuff happen, because there is a tremendous amount of resistance that we will have to make up between this 1618 line and this $60 previous all-time high level. However, I will expect, my prediction for the next coming weeks and months is that we will go lower. We will retest this 1618 line, perhaps enter the low 30s for a while, and then I believe we will re-enter an accumulation zone that will be somewhere around the $40 range, $40 to $50 range, and then that will be the accumulation structure we see for the next 6 to 8 months, I believe. So guys, I really just wanted to point this out, what I'm seeing on these charts. Let me know what you guys are seeing. I think it's so interesting that this this 50 EMA moving average is so close to this support line here that we have that has been building, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. In fact, if we look back in time on the daily chart, we can see that Helium actually retreated all the way back to the 200 moving average at one point at the bottom of this accumulation before going higher. So keep that in mind. Right now, the 200 EMA is at $23. Of course, moving forward, it's going to continue higher slightly. However, if we look at this previous structure, we can see that it came all the way through the 50, all the way through the 100, and did touch this 200 EMA level and then bounced right off. So keep that in mind moving forward. Of course, if there is a broader crypto sell-off, more bad news, this 200 EMA range is not off limits whatsoever in my opinion, so I would brace for that. And of course, if we do see another 66% drawdown, it does bring us right around to those levels, believe it or not, which is very interesting. Guys, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know your thoughts, what you are seeing ahead for Helium, whether it's news related, network related, price related, mining related, whatever it is. Let me know below. I hope you guys found this helpful, put this a little bit in perspective. And of course, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion, but let me know what your guys' opinion is. And if you think I am right, wrong, on the right track, whatever it is. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Please hit the like and subscribe if you have not already. But just like that, this video is over, and I will see you next time.